come to me and not another. Strength will be your other brother. You will grow what it means to be a mate. Work will make you of your splendor, break your bones and rot your figure. Time's not kind to those who pray their fate. Into your system, God, how you miss her. Yes, she was able, now unstable. Start like your father, leave what you'd rather keep and make it. Don't you break it. She wants better over, now there's no cover up to your waking. There's no baking, get on your choices. Life full of voices, no, don't be voiceless. Ignite the maker.
Welcome to Local Distortion. On this podcast, I'll be talking to the best up-and-coming independent artists and bands. I am your host, Daniel Kirk. So my guests this week are Flint Moore. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Ta.
Wonderful.
Now, do you want to go around the room and introduce yourselves?
I'm Noah. I play drums in Flint Moore. I always sound like this when I describe who I am. Next.
I'm Ryan. I play piano in that
Keyboard.
in Flint Moore.
I'm Lawrence and I play lead guitar.
I'm Maddy and I play bass.
I'm Francis. I'm lead vocals and I play the acoustic. Sometimes. I didn't jump in on your description, all right. Back down, Ryan.
Hush it, keyboard boy.
That's not even an insult. That's just fact.
Now, I know there's quite a lot of you here, but can you describe Flint Moore in just 3 words?
Pretty darn loud.
Absolutely, definitely not.
That's pretty good. That's never been said before. That's good.
Rompy pompy fun.
You're not selling it.
Oh, no, okay.
Azerbaijan, Timbuktu,
Here we get.
Santa.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
But yeah, you can have one of those. You have to pick one.
What, out of everything I just said?
Yeah.
Or-
Or the last 3.
Or the last 3.
one or the other. One of the last 3 or one
Yeah.
from all the other ones before.
Just so everyone else gets a word with it. Or gets to agree
Or we
on
can
that.
seriously do it.
I know we can. No, go for it. I mean, how would you describe us in 3 words? It's
Energetic.
Yeah.
A lot of people say energetic there.
Yeah.
Really energetic.
That was 2 words.
Squeezed together.
Very, very energetic.
We like to go with. I personally use the word explosive because we really do go that way. Like, people often don't expect it. They come to our gig and then suddenly every single instrument kicks in all at once, and people are like, "Whoa!" But it's not heavy metal.
No.
So they're like,
yeah.
suddenly everything's playing at once, and they suddenly figure out that there's actually a chord beneath it.
There's actually an in-between.
Unless you're Lawrence and you're actually just playing drop A.
Explosive, energetic,
There
emotional.
was one
3
time.
E's.
I'm not even kidding you.
3 E's.
3 E's.
I was trying to think of 3 accurate words and my brain just shouted out bovine spongiform encephalitis.
What?
What is that?
It's mad cow disease.
We could go with mad cow disease.
That'd be pretty good. Apparently, no, brain doesn't work today.
One day we will just go rock, grunge, a bit proggy.
Yeah.
No. We're not using
no,
genres. No, it has to be descriptive words. Maybe not mad cow disease.
Maybe not.
I think yours was probably
That's what
a safer bet.
Yeah, that's what we go for. I mean, it's always tricky to describe at least live music and performance because often words really fail when it comes to describing live performance. We're so
That's why I won't do
under.
reviews.
Yeah, it's
because it's just like
What other words can you use?
Yeah, like-
Because, like, you can have an indie band that is both explosive and loud, and then, our band that is as well, and they're entirely different sounds
Exactly,
and
yeah.
vibes.
That's why I don't like people who review like
Yeah.
live gigs and stuff, because it's just like,
Indie is tight, so's funk. Like,
yeah, and it's just like, well,
Yeah,
I don't
it's really
care what
hard.
this guy thinks. Like, I'm going to make up my own mind.
Ooh,
that type of thing.
shouty. Shouty is what it is described.
We're not like a screamo band, though.
No, that's the thing.
Not yet.
When I start singing angrily, I don't tend to get screamy as much as I get shoutier. That
Yeah.
tends to be the way. I really like how the 70s often did that, and the 90s to a degree, but they tended to be more strained with it.
It was the start of Screamo.
Yeah,
As we
exactly.
now know it.
As we know it. Yeah.
Thanks, Trapped.
All the bands trapped.
Wow.
Wow.
What a reference.
Let's forget Stained.
Oh.
Them too.
It's been a while. Okay.
That's been a while.
It's been a while
Hasn't
since
been long enough.
anyone's mentioned them.
3 words. Watch us live.
Hey!
Oh, that'll
Oh,
do. Sure.
Although we all acted like that was a
Yeah.
bombshell, but that was so weak. It was like, watch us live. Sorted that one out, guys.
Done. Next.
Where are you guys all from, and how did the bands come together?
Down the market. I mean, that's where we're based.
Yeah.
But
That's just where your house is.
and where we practice and do all the stuff.
Yes.
Norfolk, usually. Down the market is where it's based.
Yeah,
That's
that's
where we
cool.
go. Norfolk and West Norfolk really is where we specifically go. And yeah, that's where we're at. Down and represent.
You
So
keep
how-
pushing this, but of all the things to stand up for, you pick.
Down and represent.
Downham Market.
Down and market. Yep.
Yes.
I mean, it's got a pretty good Tesco, but
You think
It's not.
you've
It's
got
not a good
I
test.
love
Rubbish
that
Tesco.
Tesco.
It's
you-
crap.
exactly.
It's
You've
terrible.
got LA, Seattle, Down and market.
The holy trinity of music.
Yeah, I mean, like, normally bands would either pick Cambridge or, like, Kings Lynn, but you're just going
Scrubs.
bang in the middle.
We know
Down the
where it's
market.
really at.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
Down the market.
So how did you assemble as a band?
Flint Moore, I mean, it started off on my own, but it didn't really start until it was a band. Like,
Okay.
beforehand, under the name of Flint Moore, it started like loads of rough band projects. I mean, originally it sounded more like akin to old school Ed Sheeran. So, and yeah, exactly. And that's like, I was more, like, back then I was inspired by the likes of like old school Ed Sheeran and Ben Howard until, you know, I kind of came back to where I find my roots. But I think there was an idea of a band going around. Noah was like, yo, let's do something kind of more band musical stuff. I thought, all right, cool.
And you laughed at him.
At first, that's true. I did laugh at him.
Because you wanted to be the next Ed Sheeran.
Oh no, more to do with the fact I thought he was joking because he joked a lot about all sorts of random stuff back then.
to
And
the point where we can't take him seriously.
so, I
Very
mean,
serious man
after that,
from
I
Azerbaijan.
wanted to get the band together. Lawrence went on a music course with me as well, and he was, you know, super cool.
I was on the same course.
Same
like
course.
A year below.
Yeah,
But
and
we
he was the
didn't know who
only
you
guy
were.
that played piano around
Yeah, I
there.
remember walking in. I was
found
like,
him
"Hey, can I
amazing.
borrow the keyboard?" And you were just like, "What?"
Yeah,
Somebody else plays.
because I play a bit of piano myself, and I was just amazed that anybody else on this course played piano because everyone at that point was either playing metal or dubstep.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that's around the time.
Yeah.
And I had heard about Maddy through both Joe, her brother, also went on the same course as me, and actually through my aunt and such. And I met up and asked, "Hey, Maddy, do you want to do some musical stuff?" And she was like, "Yeah, that's cool."
I still love the fact when you were trying to like approach me, like, "Hey, do you want to go for coffee?" And I was like, "I don't like coffee." And you were like,
First conversation we had was about anime, I believe, because it was just like our common ground.
"So common ground. Where do I go?"
I saw that your cover photo had anime.
I'm a connoisseur.
I'm a connoisseur. But Maddy knew more about fashion back then, and I knew nothing about fashion, so...
Not much has changed.
yeah, all right, Ryan, come on.
You're wearing a ukulele t-shirt.
Yeah, today I am.
And I look like a geography teacher. So.
But it's a podcast, so just imagine us all looking so cool.
I'm grey. Very, very
Yeah, I mean, we
grey.
could do a fashion report if you want.
We are taking a photo afterwards.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh dear.
I'm going shirtless.
You could be shirtless now and they'd never know a thing.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
I think the atmosphere in the room could be heard.
Just like
Just
palpable distaste.
Hearing the rustling on the microphone and everyone going quiet for a moment.
We're all naked now.
Wow,
No
you
one
just
knows.
jumped a few steps there, Maddy.
Tell us about the name Flint Moore. What does it mean?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Bollocks name.
Well, no, it came from wanting kind of a name that sounded both stronger as well as could be a person on their own or a band, you know, kind of like Biffy Clyro or the
Yeah.
likes of even Jethro Tull, actually. That sounds kind of like a name.
I know someone called Jethro.
Frank.
What? Yeah, exactly. And it's that kind of thing. I personally went for the name earlier on because I liked the name Flint, being like a rock, but more, one of my great-grandfathers was called Livermore. I wasn't too fond of the liver in front of it, though, but I liked the roundness of the...
Now just
Sounded
imagine
more,
if we
so.
were just called Livermore.
Livermore. Flint Livermore? Yeah,
No, just
exactly.
just
you know?
Livermore.
Livermore.
So, as a surname, fine. As a band name, like... You know,
It's hot.
it's not great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's
No,
that's
it's a good band name. I like it. But it has no meaning.
I mean, Noah, for instance, what I'm impressed with the name is Noah designed our recent typography with it, and he managed to make the picture look balanced with like a 10-letter kind of word, with like an M in the middle.
He's having
I find that
PTSD at the
mental.
moment. Just
Yeah, he spent so long on that kind of thing, and he made it look like a
recovery mode.
mirrored kind of thing. It's
You've got
amazing.
Flint, which is basically 5 thin letters, and then
Yeah.
Moore, which is at least 3 wide letters.
Yeah.
It's like,
You did a great job, though.
Yeah.
It works.
thanks.
I wasn't being sarcastic.
No, he's just like, this is just pent up memory emotion, and you've just been like, the Callie's just so much
Trying to give you a
anger.
compliment. Fine.
the calligraphy podcast.
It's not calligraphy, it's typography.
Oh.
You still would worry about the thing.
It's no calligraphy. I haven't done any calligraphy.
All right, Noah.
I'm not
Take
going
a
into
few
this
deep
right
breaths,
now.
mate.
I'm not
You'll
going
be
to this
okay.
right now.
It's all right.
We can argue afterwards.
Do you want to do a new Local Distortion logo for me?
Well, you can contact my new
Plug. Yeah.
Noah Elliott Art on Facebook. I don't have any business cards. I
Oh,
ordered them
damn it.
today.
Okay.
Business.
Click.
Business. So let's talk about artists that inspire you as people.
I don't want to go first. You go first.
Maybe just pick like the main one.
So Lawrence, why don't you tell them about the time you kind of put the washing on and you thought that's a great
That's
sound.
so inspirational. Yeah. I just thought
A washing machine.
this will go great for our new music from here on out.
Yeah.
Just in the background. In terms of influences, for me, well, when the band started, for me, I used to listen to kind of more obscure post-rock bands, like in the grand scheme of things, obscure, like they're not popular generally, like Godspeed You Black Emperor, maybe a more popular one, Explosions in the Sky, something like that. But like as time's gone on, it's just kind of gone a bit more rockier, just grungier generally. Like there's no particular band where it's just slowly kind of gone that way. And I've sort of been listening to like older bands that I didn't appreciate before, like System of a Down or something like that. That like bands like that I've just sort of gone back to and just sort of appreciated a bit more recently as well. I mean, they're not really like a massive, huge influence, but just bands I've appreciated that like this year.
Sure, I'll go the same way, Lawrence. Like my taste, at least for what we play in Flint Moore, has gone rockier and such.
Yeah.
I mean, what I listen to is a huge wide array. I think that's really important in a musician to just listen to everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if you start kind of like going, nah, thanks, you end up with a really limited ears almost. You can't.
Yeah.
It starts becoming really hard to identify what you're listening to. But in terms of
Yeah.
I'm happy just in my little frog circle.
Is it Rush? No, I don't know what it is.
But in terms of what we do with Flint Moore, the sound that I always want to inject is I've really been inspired by the likes of recently like the Dave Matthews Band, and the John Butler trio as well, at least with his guitar style. I really like open tunings, ones where you can strum a lot and you're kind of heard, but you're not infringing on the other kind of sounds. I really enjoy, for instance, the acoustic being kind of like a middle ground instrument that isn't if it is the foreground, then it's for rhythm and a melody line, and if not, it's kind of like a blending tool. And I really like that. So they tend to be kind of the things I'm influenced by the most a lot. Just big stacked sounds, lots of intensity, lots of emotion, and breaking it down, building it back up, which you might hear in our music.
So mine was me coming from like a funk rock band before, like having 7 years doing that before this. My main one was Red Hot Chili Peppers, obviously.
Yeah.
And I think it was mainly their like stage presence as well that I
I guess they're lightning.
Yeah, Flint Moore, like I like our performance to be as energetic as watching them on big stages and stuff. And I used to listen, like when I started Flint Moore, I was listening to like the Pixies and Smashing Pumpkins.
What about you, Noah?
I know you're eager to jump in here.
I know he occasionally listens to music.
I have a grand total of 11 artists on my computer.
That was me when I was like 14. I was like, this is all I need.
It's been like this for like 4 years, like maybe even longer. I got rid of all my grindcore, and now I'm just left with.
It's a special day when Noah adds a new band to his repertoire.
We used to joke it was only
Rare.
3 bands.
Yeah, it's increasing
Increased
substantially.
over the years.
So I've got Radiohead, Tool, Mastodon, Rush, Jethro Tull,
Future Islands.
Future Islands,
Yeah.
out of nowhere. A bit of Niles Barkley, Frank Zappa, all of Frank Zappa.
And comfortably all of Frank Zappa.
I love that.
How many
Francesco
albums
Zappa.
does he have?
Oh, he released his Family Trust releases another one like every 4 months or something. It's ridiculous. It's just old stage recordings. It's like, yeah, that's interesting. No, I'm not spending £30 on it.
He says.
Yeah, it's about all that matters. Oh, a bit placebo.
Nice.
Just a bit of misery medicine.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a bit of variety.
By medicine, I mean.
It's a throwback.
Oh yeah, Porcupine Tree.
Oh
Yeah, of course,
Here we go.
This is
We've opened a
readers,
new can
even
of
though I only
worms.
like one album.
It's more than most.
And the song LMFAO.
And Adele. You'll love a
Adele?
bit of Adele.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a new one.
Yep.
Which song?
17.
Let it run.
One
so that
where
we
he
can play
leaves.
it
I don't actually know
later.
if that's the song or not.
Yeah.
It's an album.
Yeah,
It was
that's what I thought.
21.
It's some number, isn't it?
It's a number.
probably like
17,
20,
21. Yeah, that's how she just named
I
10
thought it was
albums.
19.
I thought it did start as 19.
Yeah, that's why I said 17.
I know some trivia about that. It's because how old she was or
Yeah.
something.
That was literally it. It was
Well, I
essentially.
really would have never have guessed that, given the...
But
Well, some people go for their age, some people go for exotic fruits.
yeah.
We could just combine all our ages for the next year.
It's such an underwhelming.
Make it sound like
But
some kind
don't-
of deep
don't add
Tool
them.
band. The other
Our
day, like,
debut album,
so how did you get
108.
the number 172? Yeah, well, we added up our ages, our pets, and a few people that were special to us. Yeah.
And how many boxes of cereal we had in the cupboard.
Just how many slugs I've put in Ryan's face when he's been asleep for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go all the way back to the beginning. What's the first album you ever brought with your own money?
Everyone gets mad with the bought. Never mind, carry on.
Not given, like
Given.
you actually went in.
Minutes to Midnight by
Bought it
Linkin Park.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, it was the first one I bought. I listened to so much music on like YouTube and LimeWire and everything. That's just what happened. But
Yeah.
in terms of bought,
Yeah.
Mine was Avril Lavigne, Let's Go.
yeah,
Slipknot's self-titled.
yeah.
Nice.
I'm
That's
not
a good
proud of mine.
Classic.
What's your one?
I think it was like the first album by Good Charlotte or something like that.
Yeah.
No,
I remember
monumentally
getting that
bad.
from Woolworths.
I want to say Evanescence's self-titled album, but I have no idea. I cannot remember. It at all.
It's the stuff that really still,
Necessary.
settles with us now.
Yeah,
Newer
yeah.
ones
Yeah.
that came out
You can see
when-
those inspirations.
They went like a little bit more heavy and less slow.
Oh yeah, they were weirdly orchestral for a while, weren't they?
Weirdly.
And it didn't like it at all. Yeah, it was weird. They didn't stack harmonies enough. It was just like pelting female vocals, one note in the background. Yep.
That's the. And it's always an E. Every time.
So let's talk about the brand new EP,
Oh yeah.
which is technically
Rain.
not out yet.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
You had to listen to it? Did you have a chance?
I did.
Hey.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're so sorry.
Was I like one of the first people to listen to it?
Not the first person.
I saw
but
like
amongst the
one
first
play on
people.
there. I was like, oh,
I know. Well, you can use it in physical means too.
yeah.
But in terms of that on that SoundCloud link, yes. You are.
Yes.
So you are amongst
Yes.
the very first on that one.
Not that there's a SoundCloud link.
Yeah, no, there isn't.
Oh no, there is. I can't see why I'd want to lie about that. It's out there.
People can track it back, even though it's private.
Oh, fair enough.
So it's not on
Hackers.
SoundCloud.
If they do that,
Dude.
if they do that with us
didn't know
now,
that.
they deserve it. It's
Thought
theirs.
of like a small local band getting their music leaked.
Yeah.
It's an accomplishment in
It's
itself.
like in the EDP front page.
So this EP
No,
of
but I'll
ours,
get the blame for it though, because you sent it to me.
this EP of ours is rocky. It's our rockier one, yeah, I reckon. Then we got and then like an orchestral kind of one toward the end, and then softer because we start off explosive and then calm down a lot toward the end.
Dwindle into nothing.
Dwindle into nothing.
You're
But-
not wrong.
In the most artistic way possible, of course.
But no, definitely rockier. The ones that we have on this EP, I'd say are amongst our most hard hitting. Really,
Yeah,
it's.
I'd say
like
that.
one of the tracks is borderline nu metal.
Oh yeah.
With the
least-
way that we go for. And when you make an album, you write the things, and it's only really in the studio do you really hear the direction you're going. Because, when you're an artist, you just kind of create. You have an idea of what you want to make, but it's only when the pieces all start coming together do you actually find out
It's terrible.
what style you made and such. And yeah, we've been working on this for a while.
We were
And when
messing around with a few bits and bobs before Peter Higher came out, I think. That
Yeah.
later eventually got
absolutely.
Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, we started around kind of started properly at the end of 2016.
Yeah, maybe
Right.
mid.
That's why one of the
Well, mid 20. Yeah, probably, yeah.
I mean,
that's why one of the songs was called Old Intro Song.
yeah.
Well, that kind of goes.
working title.
That was.
actually called that.
I said was.
was.
That goes back.
It's not going to be hard to correlate which one's which on the album. I know.
There's
yeah.
no songs on this new EP. What are you talking about?
It's
Well,
all,
there's-
cats
So are
songs.
you not giving away names at this point?
No, well,
Not
One
yet.
song.
Well,
yeah,
we have
yeah,
live.
one. We have one, which we. Is
So you're
called
like
The
proper
Keeper.
keeping this.
We like
Hush.
big reveals. We just do. I mean, we like to keep as much secret as we can as possible. Because, I think that's the kind of stuff that makes the scene exciting.
Yeah.
Some people just like to spill everything as soon as,
Ready.
they're so
The idea comes
focused.
into their
Yeah,
head.
they're so focused on wanting to bring, I don't know, not hype to themselves, but I don't know, alleviate a name sometimes. That sometimes just keeping it quieter until the gig
Yeah.
itself and those things. It's exciting. It makes everyone look forward.
I think a lot of bands should do that more because
Yeah.
there's so many bands out there. It's just like, oh my god, we've written this new song. Here it is. So
Here's,
it's like,
here's a
Yeah.
demo.
Well-
It's like a capping
Yeah.
Brad for a hedge.
yeah.
Because it's not
Here's
gonna jet
here's
or-
our half-written song on a live session, that kind of thing.
I recorded it on my phone, but it's okay. The phone was in the next room, so you can still kind of hear everything.
Obviously, you want to have this huge reveal.
Mhm.
Like, I totally understand.
Yeah,
But I don't know. Maybe a little teaser in there.
sure. We're done with that.
Like, I don't know how long. 30 seconds, a minute.
30 seconds.
30 seconds
Chorus,
is
yeah.
like fine.
Fun by us. What
Build
about?
into chorus.
Yeah, I mean, cut just before the chorus.
Patrol people.
Oh,
So intentional though.
let's do it. All right, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So we're going to play a snippet of the new single.
Yeah.
Would you like to introduce it?
This is a song of ours called Sapphire. and it's pretty hard hitting.
Pretty new metal.
Not really new metal, but
Flint Moore does corn.
Flint Moore goes corn.
No, I'm
but yeah,
of course.
this is a song called Sapphire, and its lyrical themes are about vanity.
They're about Francis.
They always are.
It's almost like music's personal.
Pushing south without a lead, the swells and bitter curls down lifting, sickening the head and the wrist can't spring, sickening the head and the wrist can't spring. Turn the tide and rag away, drown it out.
So you very kindly gave me a little snippet there. Obviously, people will have to wait until the EP drops. But yeah, we can talk about some other stuff. Let's talk about where you recorded it.
Recorded at Grange Farm Studio, which is run by Izzy, which is a wonderful place. If you ever want, it's over in Emneth. If you ever want to get something recorded really well, that is the place to go.
Environment.
Oh, it's glorious.
Beautiful.
So lovely. The space, if you know, I'm going to say it again, there's space. Like, sometimes, you go into the certain studios and such, and, they work with the space they have, but because it's in Emneth, they have, like, big square spaces and
Yeah, it's a
such.
converted barn house.
Yeah.
So you've got this really nice high ceiling in the recording room that has all the diffusers up top, and there's...
And it's never
it's
too
just-
hot.
It's perfectly air conditioned. We went in the midsummer, and I think at one day it was like 24, 25 degrees
We were
outside,
just pretty chill.
and I was like drumming all day, and I didn't realise how hot it was outside because it was kept at like a steady 14 indoors. It's
So
like,
good.
So good, yeah.
And Izzy's very good at what she does in terms of recording and being patient in general. Not even in a kind of like a, okay then, we'll go again. No, it tends to be pretty chill. She'll speak her mind occasionally, but that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Pro tip, make her a nice coffee, and then she will never have a go at you.
I think Izzy's in general very good at budgeting her time.
Yeah.
For bands.
Smart with it. So, absolutely.
Is that where you got the other EP? and
Pretty
stuff
much.
recorded?
All but Coconut have been recorded.
That lost relic.
A lost relic, yeah. We did that one over at Sick Room Studios.
I don't know.
But
what
yeah.
it is.
I can't remember.
Oh God.
There was a field. There was a cat.
Norfolk.
There was a field and there was a cat.
There was a
Thanks,
cat.
Google Maps.
I'm here to say.
There's an Amish settlement nearby. Well, if you listen through the EPs, you notice that the quality does actually get higher, and I think it's a mixture of Izzy actually getting to grips with us, and mostly us improving as a unit, and in terms of our composition and how well we play our instrument.
And we got better instruments.
Yeah, but
And we've upgraded.
we knew what we were after.
Yeah, if you listen back to Kiwi, where you got Kingdom and Boy to Beast, I'm on an old 80s Pearl Export kit that was
Yeah.
terribly tuned, and I didn't look after the kit properly.
To get
It
that
was awful.
snare going, we had to both put a tea towel on the snare wires beneath and another tea towel on top, half on the snare,
Yeah.
to stop it from singing really strangely. And
Yeah.
I remember both
3
Noah,
gel on it as well, I think.
Izzy being like, we have to get a move on because we recorded that in like, what, it was 2 days.
It was
Yeah,
2 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
And she's like, we've got to get a move on. And I was like, we're not having the snare sound like that. And Noah was like, Francis, we can't have the snare like that. And eventually we managed to get a really happy point, which was a miracle.
It is a
Because that
miracle.
snare sounded like a dog's bottom.
Yeah, it's like getting a pin to sound like a flute. It's just,
Yeah.
No, I will say this: like the new EP, the quality is insane.
Oh,
Like
thank you.
the previous EP, I will say, was a great sound, but just the level of quality you've got this time is a huge step up.
And we
I'd
owe
say.
a lot to that to Izzy, to be
Yeah,
honest.
that definitely
Yes.
comes through.
and
She-
Chris.
And Chris as well, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, sorry.
Chris
yeah.
Wright,
Yeah.
who is also a guitarist in the band Volps in Downer Market.
He mastered it for
And,
us.
yeah, he did the mastering.
Yeah, he did a great job. Sounds so good. So yeah, you should be very proud.
Absolutely am. Yeah.
So let's talk about the EP cover, because that is in itself pretty awesome as well.
Yeah.
So what's the story
Hand
behind
over
that?
to you, Noah. You know the most about it.
It's Noah. It's a big push from Noah and Maddy.
It was pain.
Nothing but
Oh, it's rain.
Pain, rain, pain. Bring in the rain pain. It was. I started with lots of design ideas for merchandise probably about a year ago, and I started knocking out t-shirt, poster, yada yada designs. And eventually, when it came around to okay, this is a new EP, we don't have a name for it yet. We've got these tracks, but we don't have names for the tracks. And there's this huge mental farting phase where I was just I was trying to pull ideas out for something for the cover when I had no
We whipped out
lyrics.
a whiteboard, wrote down a bunch of words.
And we finally got the name Rain down.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so it needs to be grand, it needs to be majesty, it needs to, which thankfully fits in line with a lot of sort of art tropes I go for in my general sort of designs, circles everywhere, because it's perfect shape.
It is.
It is.
Some would say a perfect circle.
No question about it, eh, Noah?
That's right.
Because of the band.
Shut your face, Maynard.
wow.
No one cares about your wine. Anyway.
You are a delight sometimes, you know.
But, when designing kind of the artwork stuff, it was, like, generally Noah would make a design.
I would criticise it.
Yeah.
I would push for
Goats.
unholy amount of either goats or sheep for no real reason. Just
Yeah, who's the guy with the horns and the mane? Who are those guys?
They're nice little characters.
Yeah.
They're just, they don't have names yet. They might if we have a Name the Goat competition.
The winner gets a free EP.
Name the Ram, even. Thank
Free
you.
ram.
It's not like a draw. It's a goat.
I thought it was like
Stick
drew
on
like a
horns.
cow and then
But it was trying to make sure that there was a definite meaning behind it as well. Actually looked meaningful, not the ram, but the actual artwork itself. Look, just to get that ram perfect. So I think we played around with the idea of just being one central animal, and it just never quite settled properly.
Yeah, because I had a T-shirt. I broke my hand last summer as well. Just after we finished recording the EP, thankfully.
That's when he started drawing all
And
of this
that's
stuff.
when I did most of the merch designs. Because despite I'm right-handed and my right hand was in a cast, I had this system where I had 2 lolly sticks in my cast under my fingers so I could still use a mouse. And
Okay.
with that, I've drawn most of the merch designs that we're now using.
That's cool.
But it was a lot of Maddy while doing that artwork as well that would kind of be like, no, it needs to be
'Cause
more...
Noah's mind was just like in a like
A
it was
rut,
like a
yeah.
marshmallow at that point because he'd been drawing so
So
much.
long, this is hard.
And he'd send it to me, and I'd be like, "That's not right." And then
You'd be like, why? It is perfection. I zoomed in and it's reflective and mirrored and it's gorgeous.
And then one day I went around Noah's and I was just like, it just needs a lot of shadowing because I had like no shadow on it. And then
Oh,
It
you
made
mean once
it-
the final design was...
after
Yeah.
it was all done, and that made it a lot better.
Yeah, it looked so majestic.
Yeah, it was layering it up because it like usually when I colour things, it's always been organic colour. So I've done watercolour or acrylic or oil or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it started off. The actual drawing in the middle exists as an ink drawing, which was scanned in. But everything else is digital, and even the colour started off as watercolour, and then I scanned that in and used the textures and recoloured them digitally.
Yeah.
So the entire thing from the ground up has basically been digitally meshed.
Yeah.
And I've never really done that before, so there's a steep learning curve, I think, to
Yeah,
get it not
definitely is,
looking
yeah.
like crap. And yes, thanks to Maddy and a little bit of Francis.
Yeah,
and
just generally me kind of like going, it's not quite right. Can you help me a little bit with that, Francis? No, I don't really have the vocabulary for that, but you do you, boo.
And our photographer, a guy called Sam Lance, who's
Legend, yeah.
also in Downham but currently studying at uni in Lincoln.
Same chap who's doing our music video.
He's also on the little slip inside the EP. He's got one of his big photos in the booklet,
Yeah.
which is wonderful of him. Yeah, he helped a great deal with the colour, sort of getting everything to look right, because he has a really good eye for sort of framing and colour balance.
Yeah,
He tends to push the blue and orange a little. If you look at any of our photos.
Yeah, definitely orange. Yeah, comes.
Okay, it's
He
not
comes
too
from
much
that-
Sam. I'm sorry.
He comes from the pop punk kind of thing, so vibrant, energetic is what he's about.
But no, it's an incredible piece of artwork, and it's just instantly recognisable with you guys now as well, because it just keeps popping up everywhere. Like I think before I got introduced to you guys, like I'd seen that stuff around. Definitely the new logo that you did as well.
Cheers.
Well, we're proud to show it.
Yeah.
It's really nice that it's, you know, within the kind of Flint Moore team, and we didn't, you know, hire someone from Germany or something like that. It makes the whole
Why
thing
Germany?
so
Why Germany? Why are you bringing that up now?
so much more personal. I'm not really sure why you took beef with a random example I pulled out of my head, but I picked Germany because I hate you. I don't know why. Here.
Why don't you do the thing when they throw the guitar around their neck and
Yeah,
it does the
Because my
spiral?
guitar will break. I don't have.
I mean, if you could do us a solid and
Plus
learn
that's
how
really
to, you know, do a backflip or, you
If
know.
I tried to do that with my bass, it'd get halfway up.
I'm the
and
least
smack
agile
down
person.
on
I
it.
mean,
Man.
it would be really cool if we
Take
could go
out
back
half
to
the
back
venue with it.
and, you know, then lean on each other and start strumming really hard.
Pulling those faces where
Yeah.
we're like really into it, but really we're just
Yeah,
trusting each
absolutely.
other so much that we're not just
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
fall.
And you know, because
The other
you know,
way.
we got a bit of a weight difference between the two of us. You know, I'm breaking your spine. It's not. It's going to be like it's going to be cool for a second, and then I'm going to make you like bending on your own guitar.
It's a practice called reverse sword fighting.
I don't think it is.
And while we're at it, I'll start standing up at gigs.
Oh no! We were speaking about this the
Go
other
all
day.
out
How
line.
strange it
That
would
is
look
all out
if
for
all of
me.
the band members started standing, as in
It'd
like.
be like metronomy.
Just the keyboard players that stand
Did
up. and they play
just
make you feel
Metronom?
ill.
Did they
Oh, yeah,
stand?
they
So they
didn't
just
they?
hide behind boxes so you can't see if they're standing or not.
You wouldn't know.
You could
Yeah,
you
why?
could pull a scouting for girls though, Ryan.
Weren't you dead at that point?
When I
Yeah.
was young,
No,
I
he
remember
wasn't.
it very
I never
clearly.
knew.
He was
There
there.
was something called a minor scale.
No, they did do a minor scale song, and it was just as jaunty, except in a minor scale. Like, this isn't a love song, this is goodbye.
Oh, that was the
worst. And then, ironically, they seem to have disappeared after that. Actually, not ironically, perfectly. Like, this isn't a love song, this is goodbye. And that was the last song I think they got a hit, like a top 10 hit with.
How they got a top 10 here with that?
They were scouting for girls.
Oh yeah, the dickheads. Yeah, got you.
Shots. If Scout for Girls are listening,
Truth bombs.
I should get them on, see if they're still going.
I don't know. You could.
you
I mean,
could get
They've been
Razor
out of it
Light.
for so long.
They are
probably
apparently
will.
dickheads though.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently so.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They're called scouting for
Yeah,
girls.
well, yeah.
And I'm hunting for boys. Yeah, dickhead. Weird band name. Don't do it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't call yourself like scouting for pearls. That's really weird.
Foraging for women. We're not weird at all. Please give us gigs.
Hi, we're foraging for women.
Have you got any?
I'm now going to make it about
Foraging for
gynecologist
women
scavenger hunt.
It's the kind of band that would have like a song that begun with chapter 1. You know, like
And
part-
never do chapter 2.
Yeah,
I hate those bands. I hate them.
Worst.
Part 1. We're never
Or
Chapter 2.
They just go straight to like chapter 9 or like,
Oh, yeah,
where was
yeah.
the other 8?
Yeah. Part 1, Chapter 2, Section 3. Module
Paragraph
4.
Oh man! Actually, to be fair, by that
Psalm
point,
5.
yeah, Psalm. By that point, though, it
Comic
would actually be
Sans.
something.
Alright, so let's talk about your plans for 2018. Because obviously the
We're
EP's
all
coming
going
out.
on holiday.
Getting drunk.
I keep saying this.
A lot of drunk.
Sorry. keep
The
going.
main one, the one that we're focused on at the moment, that's like concrete, is the EP launch that we've got. We've got one happening at the Workers' Club in Kings Lynn on the 16th of February. Then we're playing at the Owl Sanctuary on the 17th. And then we're going to be playing at the Portland Arms in Cambridge on the 18th. It's going to be a full weekend of, new music, awesome gig, that kind of stuff.
And more importantly, my birthday's a few days after that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to Norwich.
Yeah,
I'm going to slap you.
so
Happy
like,
birthday.
I mean, I wish I could, like,
Shameless plug right there.
when it comes to 2018, I wish I could, like, be one of those people that just, like, yeah, from January to December, laid out perfectly. No, generally I think in terms of 6-month blocks.
Yeah.
So I often I've got from there.
We're going to be doing a tour as well. Our
Yeah.
first tour of
Which will be cool.
like, cities and stuff. Which will be
Looking
about March
forward
time if it goes to
Yeah, probably like March, April, May, that kind of thing.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick.
doing lots of festivals as well probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, like we're just generally playing more venues. The place that we should be. That's kind of what we're about. And we do play venues, but we also find ourselves playing pubs as well. But for us, it's kind of a crammed environment.
Yeah.
So
we also do children's parties.
You played like a.
I heard a laugh from the booth, and that was amazing.
You played like a hall recently, didn't you?
Yeah, we played the Wimbersham Village Hall, which is
Yeah.
just a hall round the corner from down the market.
Yeah.
And it was nice. The stage was tiny.
It
I
was
didn't
pretty small.
realise how small this stage was. Were you there or anything like that?
No.
Okay,
I was
sorry, there
thinking
were a
about
few
going
people.
because I was like,
A few
oh, that's
people.
not too far away.
Yeah, it was. We could manage it, but it was the kind of thing that you'd have to stand on the spot and wiggle quite extremely.
I was going to say
really
like
get in
the
mood.
village hall in this village, like the stage there, like it's huge.
Really?
You should
Is
play
it?
there.
Yeah, all right. Now I'll remember that.
Maybe I'll put a gig on there. And you can
Yeah,
play. You
absolutely.
can headline.
Yeah, that would be sick.
I'll hold you to
So
Yes.
the
Only
hall
a
itself.
scouting for
Where
girls.
is it?
Get them to support. And foraging for women will open.
Yes.
which is just Lawrence
It's just me.
and a rain stick.
Those effects.
Lawrence, a rain stick, and some slapping fish noises.
I just invite people from the audience to come up and just, or just
That's
jam.
Of all the bands to do crowd participation, you're the one that's the most vigorous about it. Clap along.
You've got a fish for every audience member.
Sing.
This is love song. This is goodbye.
If you know this one, feel free to sing along.
Okay.
Foraging for women. Foraging for women. The new tribal sensation.
It's like
Sweeping the nation.
literally my sound set is just opening the window and hoping animals fly through. That is my pedal.
Chucking ribbon mics into the sky. Pick something up.
A window shutter makes a good noise.
Well, I like the idea that
Just a
Lawrence
creaking
is
door.
Lawrence is really lo-fi, so he just puts like an SM58 in a box and then rolls it across the road. It's like perfect.
You get one of those rubber fans.
Isn't that how
just
drum and bass
put-
was invented?
Guess so.
Rolling a microphone across a field.
It's down the road in a box.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
How did this happen? It'll be everywhere.
Incredible.
Now that leads nicely onto my next segment. I didn't plan that actually,
Ooh.
but
You like drum and
Do you
bass?
like rolling through fields?
like,
It's your favourite part of our Prime Minister. What?
would you like to start a rumour about Flint Moore?
Yes.
Yes. Go on, Maddy.
I haven't thought of it yet.
Oh, so excited.
Oh,
Wait,
goodness
can we
sake.
like a fake rumour, right?
Yeah.
Well, it may or may not be true. Who
We're
knows?
all
It's a rumour.
distant relations of Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
If we ever had a room, I'd like it to be quite subtle but real enough to
Yeah,
like.
that's
Noah
what-
has a crush on Amy Lee.
Just his type.
I don't know. Actually, the thing is, though, in terms of rumours, I'd want it to be a really obscure, absurd one, but one that you couldn't really challenge.
Right.
Once a week, we all visit the local donkey sanctuary. Just something.
It's something really special to us.
That's not very rock and roll though, is it?
Well, but it's believable. Neither two of Slipknot's members playing golf, but it's reality, alright?
Did they have their masks on while they were playing golf?
I don't know. And
I
they've-
hope so.
Because that would be rock and roll if they
They
did.
better.
Like in the early
Yeah.
days of Flint Moore, we all had like terrible nicknames for each other, and they were like painfully real, like and how like not rock and roll we were.
Slim Dimity.
No, it was like Lost It Again, Lawrence. He's like so rock and
Oh,
roll.
sure,
It was
yeah. Oh, you're talking for reals, yeah.
Yeah, like
they were
genuinely.
essentially like
You're not meant to
memes.
tell people
They're
it's
like-
real.
Hang on.
Those were
It's a rumour.
Oh, sorry. I got confused. I thought you said that
rumour.
you shouldn't tell people that Lawrence is real. That's a rumor.
Well,
like,
we
Lawrence
can't
isn't
think
an
of anything,
actual
so-
member.
Well, I guess
Lawrence
There's
is a
only
rumour.
4 members in the band.
I said Francis and Radiohead all over again.
Oh my god! Well, I genuinely thought there were only 4 members of Radiohead.
How many is there?
5.
Oh. Well, there's going to be like 6 or something.
So I like
19.
But the thing is, I'm a really big fan of Radiohead, and I didn't know it all. And when they showed me the 5th member, I completely blanked. I didn't know who he was.
So is that the rumour? There is 5. No, that's a confirmed.
Oh, okay, hang on. You're actually going to start this one.
Okay, so maybe
Oh,
something
shoot.
like
I have a thing for teeth.
yeah.
We all have a thing for teeth.
Yeah, but I have a thing.
You have a bigger thing.
I have a thing for
A
teeth.
bigger thing
Yeah.
for teeth.
So just get really teethy the next time you're around Francis.
Yeah.
So happy to see you.
You know, if everyone front row at your gigs, just like
Just like,
beaming
guys,
at you.
Yeah.
Turn the lights on.
Really
Turn the
weird.
lights on. Spotlight on front row. Show me your teeth. Please show me your teeth.
Yeah, we believe in playing with the audience. We're not playing until they show us their teeth.
No, too much gum. Oh, you're making me feel sick.
There's a fine line.
Fine line between teeth and gun. You know what? I don't feel like playing now, Lawrence.
There's this one person in the crowd that just doesn't get it, and they're showing all the gum, and you're just like
I'm just getting so
vomiting
mad,
on stage.
so angry. Like, I promised myself I wouldn't throw up today. I need to gain the weight.
So you just eat it off the floor because you're that determined.
filters at all, Francis. Fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's
But
a
it's
good
the
rumour.
gum. It's the gum. It gets me every time.
Just when Sensodyne like email us and ask us to like sponsor their advert.
Healthy gums.
So it was like a
Sensodyne.
Sensodyne advert.
I don't know. I had to think of a dental.
That's disgusting.
I look at my gums plucked at the.
It's so strange. You know when they ask you to get your mobile phones out and just put the light on and those things like that?
Yeah.
Who asks you to do that?
Teeth. Everyone show your teeth, we're going to spotlight on
Give
them.
everyone radium toothpaste.
gosh,
beforehand,
sure.
and then
So you know how Coldplay hand out like those
Bingo.
bangles with like flashing lights and those things. Just give everyone just this teeth lights.
just a bit of radium.
Anyway, I'm going to bury this joke into the ground if I'm not careful. So.
You've already done it, Francis.
Yeah, it's long gone.
So let's do a bit more of a serious question.
Okay.
Serious.
Favorite dinosaur.
Okay, we could do that.
Bulbasaur.
That's a
serious.
Pokemon.
I like
No, it's- what?
my favourite dinosaur
Ivysaur
is
is what you mean.
Littlefoot from the Land Before Time.
No, but no. Serious question. What is it?
No, I quite like that question.
Okay.
I've
Let's
already
go with
Allow
that.
us to go on another time.
All right.
Archaeopteryx.
Of course you'd pick up.
What is that?
It's the halfway point between birds and dinosaurs.
I think in
That's
the
a
Natural Histories
pterodactyl.
What's the
Museum.
one that's like?
Isn't. No, it isn't.
What's the one that's half human, half dinosaur?
Monkey.
What? No! What are you talking about?
I saw it.
What?
I saw it in
A
my
lizard
dreams.
with man legs. What?
No, it was a really.
We're talking about One Punch Man.
It was really weird. I'll have to look it up again.
No!
Is it
We didn't come from
Whether,
dinosaurs.
whether it was fake. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there was like.
Is that
a
the one-
weird in
No.
between.
No, I think. Do you mean the one where they thought that this dinosaur could have evolved into a
Probably,
humanoid
yeah.
lizard man?
Lizard man guy.
Lizard
Yeah,
man guy, yeah.
It could have if that damn
I saw a
asteroid didn't
Top
hit the
Trumps
Earth.
card
I
with that
know.
thing on it.
We'd all have-
So it's not half man, half
no, I
dinosaur.
didn't actually mean it's. Oh, guys, it's half man, half dinosaur.
Listen, we're not scientists in here, everybody.
Especially me.
You're
Alright.
a certified paleontologist.
Oh,
That's the rumour.
That is true.
That's the rumour.
I'm pretty sure when I went to the Natural History Museum, I did see a Squirtle, though.
Nice. The one person who doesn't play Pokemon.
Again, Blastoise is the one that's real.
Okay.
I don't play Pokemon.
I
It
don't.
has water cannons on its back. It's so
Bastard
dumb.
is a rude
How did
word,
that evolve?
and I'd
How?
appreciate you being kind of.
Natural selection is a cruel thing.
What? To the point to have water cannons in your shell.
Yeah, how does
no.
that? Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm not going to
doesn't
go
matter.
down that one, but you know,
Instant
Darwinism.
ball
Can
passing.
we?
Like I told you at the
please?
start, like before we even started, my dad works at Nintendo.
How could
Don't
you have a
criticise.
half-developed water cannon on your back?
Yeah.
You know
I
what I
see
mean?
the midway point.
Yeah, like what was like a gammy, weird, squirty thing that was enough to
It's basically a nipple. It's just nipples.
2 nipples on the back.
Maybe
Oh,
that's
shit.
what they
just
are.
a
They just
lot
call them
weirder.
water cannons, but they're
That's
actually
what
just
they look
giant
like.
grey nipples.
Yeah.
Who knows?
They're fleshy.
Jeez.
Blastoise's cannons are fleshy. That's the rumour.
Is it?
There's too many rumours now.
This is the rumour mill.
Fleshy.
Squidgy.
You've ruined Pokemon for me.
Somewhat slimy. Like, you know when you'd like touch those kind of like alien egg things you had as a kid and your hand felt a little
Yeah.
weird? It's like that.
If you saw a Blastoise fall over, the cannons would be oval, not circular.
It's all about perspective.
It would just, they'd squish a little bit under gravity. Because there's just a bit of cartilage in there.
Oh,
They're kind of like
Alright.
ears.
Word cartilage, right, I'm out.
yeah,
My
we're done.
boys.
Moist.
Let's do one more question. Guilty pleasures. So
Guilt-
that's songs or artists that you secretly love.
Oh, I have no guilty pleasures.
I know
I'm
there's
so
really no
open.
such thing,
Like no, like anything that I listen to, like if they, I
Maybe a
fight
bit
people
of
to the
like
ground on
cheese,
random
pop.
cheesy thing. Oh, okay, no cheese.
Everything
Cheese.
you listen to.
Nearly everything I listen to.
Yeah.
Rush is cheesy as all hell. I love
Yeah,
it.
that is pretty cheesy.
How dare you? Future Island's disgustingly cheesy.
I'm
Other old stuff.
a lot. I mean, I can be a fan of. I mean, all sorts. I mean, I guess what if I had to have something called a guilty pleasure? I guess it would just be, trap and pop. Like, I like that kind of stuff. I like the fact there's a lot of mainstream music that's more rhythm focused, even if it's more straightforward. They really focus on the sound, like the sound and the rhythm. Although it does mean that the chords get a little. Yeah, I know. I'm just catching up with myself.
I really like
I
music
really like-
that focuses on sound.
Sound and rhythm, guys. Guys,
hear me out.
Hear me out, guys.
You are
But
now
what I
ready.
mean is the sound set itself, not the notes. So a lot of the time when it comes to trap music, they get these really weird sounds in and then they mould them, and I find that really interesting. So they're like some weird sample of something and then they turn it into a synth, and that's what they do a lot of. But I don't, in terms of guilty pleasures, the 80s are hilarious. I listen to, just for the popular stuff and the underground stuff, both of it is just...
It was so new and interesting at the time.
They were
It's
just,
just
they were
cheesy.
so
Just
unashamed. That's the amazing
Just think, that was the pinnacle of sound at one point.
Yeah.
Just think.
Look at this amazing thing I've made. Isn't that the future? No, Steve. No, it's not the fucking future. Stop it.
Why are you so angry? Leave Steve out.
Do you have any guilty pleasures?
No.
No,
Avril
none.
I
Avril
don't know.
Lavigne, still, maybe.
Is that a guilty pleasure? I don't know.
Yes,
New Avril
yes, that
Lavigne is
would
a
be
If you
a guilty
okay, if
pleasure.
there was one thing that you were caught listening to, and you really wouldn't want
What,
people
that
to
you
find
guys would be like,
Yeah.
judging me on?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
out. Bring it out. Bring it out.
Bring me the horizon. I hate them with a passion.
Does
I like 'em. I'm
smack
alright.
people who listen
Old
to
stuff
them.
or new stuff or
All of
just
it.
all of it.
No, I was always the one that hated on my friends for liking all the crap bands, in my opinion.
Oh, you were one of them ones.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh.
You're one of the cool.
Good to be on the good side.
Welcome to the dark side.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I feel like when I tell them I listen to Kanye West and Kendrick
Yeah.
Lamar, they're like, "Oh, that's a bit weird." Or Ailstorm. On the
Terrible.
Other end of the spectrum.
Because what we play and what we play and what we listen to are kind of two different things. Because what we want to play and perform is us trying to, express ourselves the best way we can. But what we listen to,
It's a
I don't
mess.
think we really consider it like an extension of ourselves as much as just whatever we enjoy
like-
listening to. It's just
Yeah.
it caters to a lot of different emotions. So. I mean, some people, that's why some people have guilty pleasures, because, they relate to music, and we do too, but it's just a different kind
We're
of thing.
also happy to point at something and go, "That's awful," and then Francis will be like, "Yeah, I guess."
Yeah.
I still like it.
Yeah.
Dirty Loops, that's a guilty pleasure.
I guess I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
Day Loops are great.
Yeah, I guess. Have you ever heard of Dirty Loops?
No.
Yeah, okay. They essentially
Send me a
take
link.
pop songs. They are three incredible musicians, and they just push at any time that they could complicate a chord or a melody or a harmony. They will. they sound like Muzak gone crazy.
Yeah,
It's-
they use a lot of older school sort of
Yes,
music
so
theory crap,
tight.
just to make the chords as full and disgusting as possible,
Nice.
constantly.
And it's wonderful.
But they're all incredible musicians.
It does sound like you could kind of slide it into Mario Kart and it would just sit right there.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be too out of place.
Well, it's basically unlistenable to a lot of people just because it's so
It's
jarring.
Except to the
full on.
Japanese market.
Yeah,
They got
do
to
really
number
well
one.
in Japan.
Wow.
Nowhere else. These three white guys
From
who
Sweden?
don't look
I don't
like they
even
fit
know.
together at all. One's like a gothy emo bassist,
The
got
other
a
guy looks
hipstery
like
drummer.
he's
Yeah.
pretty-
And then just a clean-cut pop guy on vocals.
Yeah, number
I
one in
might have to check these
Japan.
out.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Samsung theme tune
On
Just
one
so
of their
you know.
phones.
Ah.
on one of the phones.
That went with the phone.
Duh.
Over
Da-
the
da- da- da-
horizon.
It's a great song and I now play it every band practice.
All right, that's the end of the interviews. The end. Yeah.
Hard times.
Where can everyone follow you on social media? And all that jazz.
You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. We're trying out Twitter a little bit at the moment again. We haven't quite got the hang of that.
I
We've even
hate
got
Twitter.
a website.
Yeah.
Twitter's terrible.
flintmoore.com. But really the main places run by the lovely Maddy. It's Facebook and Instagram. Those are the main ones that we do. So if you want to see where we're playing, what we're doing, our pictures, our beautiful, beautiful faces,
Most of the time.
that's where you
No.
can find us. And actually, as well, if you want to say hi, send us a message. We're not out of reach. We don't have some kind of other person that manages all of our stuff for
I
us.
hate bands with
Yeah.
managers.
Yeah,
and
Maddy.
That's a sweeping statement.
I hate bands
No, but
with
like you aren't
organisation.
band
A
members.
huge section there, but
No, but like who aren't members. Like it's fine
Oh, I see.
if one band member wants to be the head person, but when it's someone else,
And they're not even involved at all.
Yeah,
I get you, like,
and they're
get the band
just
members'
annoying
names
to just
wrong.
try and
Busted.
talk to.
Can we not talk about
Even
this?
if it's the Foo Fighters, God, I hate it. They have a manager.
Manage it all yourself, Dave.
But it's true. If you're trying to send a message,
I mean-
Get it together, Dave.
Look at Toothy.
Oh wow.
All right, so yeah, thank you to my guest Flint Moore for coming down,
thank you very much for having
Thank
us. Yeah.
and you can follow Local Distortion on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We do a lot of stuff on
Buy
Instagram.
their shirts.
Yeah, yeah.
Buy the shirts.
Buy the
they have
t-shirts.
shirts.
Yeah, on
They look
sale at the
good.
moment as well. We do loads of stuff on Instagram, and obviously subscribe to this glorious YouTube channel that you're
Mhm.
listening to this on. And yeah, we'll get you guys back in, maybe do an acoustic session.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Bring that recorder.
Be next.